Welcome back. The FBI tipped off 5 months ago about the Florida shooter from a user on YouTube.
In 2017, the FBI received information about a comment made on a YouTube channel. The comment simply said, "I'm going to be a professional school shooter." The FBI conducted database reviews, checks, but was unable to further identify the person who actually made the comment.
So what was done right here and what fell through the cracks? Joining me now is security analyst Ryan Mauro. Ryan, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
So this was a pretty interesting development that came out yesterday when the FBI, they walked out because this news had leaked. This YouTube blogger had turned in this comment that was written on his page by another YouTube user who used his actual name, Nicholas Cruz, saying that he wanted to be a school shooter. So what did the FBI do right and what did they do wrong?
Well, how many times have we been told, if you see something, say something? Well, that happened here, and it doesn't appear that much was done. Now, what the FBI is saying is that there are a lot of people with this name, they check their databases, and there is no way to link that YouTube account to this individual and find out who it was. But I find that answer to be very unsatisfactory because there's more things you can do besides that. So, for example, did the FBI contact YouTube and say to them, help us try to track the IP address or the location of this individual?
Yeah.
Beyond just checking their own internal databases? Did the person that reported the comment to the FBI, did the FBI follow up with that individual and say, could you please try to engage him since he obviously wants to talk to you?
Well, they went and talked to him.
Not to have happened.
I know that they did go and talk to him. He was a bail bondsman, I think, was it from Mississippi? And he said that the FBI did come and talk to him, but he said, I don't know this guy. He's just some guy that made a comment on my YouTube page.
Right, but they could have asked him to engage the person that was making that comment, because someone that's making a comment like that is trying to socialize. They want to talk.
That's a good idea. I do wonder if they did that. And I wondered when the FBI made that comment yesterday if they were even aware that until the shooting happened that he was using his real name.
Right, that's true, and really we just need a better accounting from the FBI rather than saying, look, you didn't show up in our databases and there was no way for us to just take a YouTube username and find out who it is. I want to find out if the information flow was done properly. If it was a lack of resources, then we need to know that. If it was because they felt legally there wasn't much that they could do, because you can't do much when someone makes a statement that's extreme or even violent in intent. You can't go necessarily raid their home and take away their gun. Then that's something we also need to know so we can have a conversation about it. To give you an idea of how big the security gap is, consider this. According to FBI statistics, about 90% of the people on terror watch lists who try to buy a gun succeed in doing so. The other 10% are blocked because of reasons that have nothing to do with terrorism. So if even suspected terrorists are able to buy guns, then people with violent intentions on social media also can do so.
Going back to the FBI needing more resources, because I was thinking about this yesterday when we heard about this Nicholas Cruz YouTube incident falling through the cracks. This isn't the first time that we've heard about someone being on the radar of the FBI. You know, the Boston bombers, they were on the radar of the FBI. I think that you and I actually talked about that. This has happened multiple times. San Bernardino, it happened as well. So does the FBI just need some more resources? Is that what's happening here?
More resources is always going to be the easy answer to give for these type of situations, because there's never going to be enough resources. So we have to think outside the box. We don't know yet if people reported the other social media activity where the shooter was talking about killing police and showing off his weapons. What about the abuse of animals? I mean, there's a very high correlation between someone who hurts animals and then hurts human beings. Tougher laws on that can actually impact this problem as well. So let's think outside the box and have a narrow focus and not cause political paralysis with broad gun control debates. Let's have a narrow focus if you're going to talk about gun control and different types of legislation so that we can get something passed quickly with overwhelming support.
Yeah, it's a difficult situation to talk about. I mean, I know the Broward County Sheriff talked about it yesterday. You know, what can you do if these red flags are present, like what was present with this kid? What can you do? So, all right, thank you so much for joining us, Ryan. Appreciate it.
Thank you.